right, let's launch an EQS 550, shall we? Let's go. Oh man. Quite a bit of performance. Wow. That's 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds and, you know, 631 foot-pounds of torque, all-wheel drive. Yeah, this car definitely moves. It's 5,800 pounds, guys, and you just never know it. Very comfortable, very quiet, too. So, hope you enjoyed the review. How's it going, everyone? My name is Adam, and welcome back to Driven Nashville. If you happen to be new to my channel, we produce weekly, mostly enthusiast-driven car content, although today we're doing another electric car review. Just to give you a little credibility, I have done a lot of electric car reviews. I have personally owned a Tesla Model X and Model S. In fact, we currently still own both of those cars, and I've been daily driving electric vehicles since 2019. We have not reviewed an EQ or an EQS model. Now, EQ, as you can see behind me, is the new brand from Mercedes. That's their electric brand, and this is their top spec car currently. This is the S580 or the EQS 580. So this has the dual motors. It is a 107.8 kilowatt battery, weighs about 5,888 pounds. It is more of a crossover look, as you can see. It does have a functioning roof, as you can see here as well, which is kind of a nice feature. Styling on it, you know, very, very practical car. You can go ahead and open up the rear and you get a ton of space. I'll show you that real quick just by pushing this. Look how much room they give you in this thing. So this is definitely a practical all-electric car. Range, they say, is 340 miles. If you get the 450 version, the power drops down to about the low 400 pounds of torque and the high or mid 300 horsepower, and the range goes up only 10 miles, and it's rear-wheel drive only. So if you want all-wheel drive and you want the extra performance, you got to step up to the 580. Now, this car is currently for sale. We're very blessed to be able to review it for you. Thank you to Autobahn South in Brentwood, Tennessee for allowing me to review this car. This is not an easy car to get your hands on right now, if I'm being honest with you. These are going over MSRP currently. This is going over MSRP by about $20,000 to $25,000 at Mercedes dealerships, mostly because you just can't get them. It's just that simple. So this is currently for sale right now for $142,000. And if you're interested in the vehicle, we're happy to go ahead and hook you up with Autobahn. Features here, you can see here the lights. The front here all have these Mercedes symbols, kind of more of a plastically material. Again, that's a sticker. The light carries through all the way. They have a couple of openings here, but all this is closed off, but this is open right here, so you have 3 open vents, but that's it. The drag coefficient on this car is quite low. I think I read it was 0.20, so one of the slipperiest cars on the road as far as airflow. And you can see here, there's just really nothing for the air to interact with, outside of putting the roof down, of course, but all of these come in and out, and there's really just no, I mean, look, it's just one solid flow from the front all the way to the back. So that's supposed to help you with, you know, range and all of that. And then you can even see here the tires. These are 20-inch wheels all around, 255 front profile tires. Again, kind of a weird styling detail. I don't know if that's going to pick up on camera or not, but this is just a plastic cover. This is not plastic, but this is. So I don't know if you could pull out these inserts. It feels like you can pull them out, and then you have nice 5-spoke wheels. I'm not going to do that because this is not my car, but I would definitely ask my Mercedes rep. Okay, so I will tell you, to get in the car, you have to kind of push these. They're a little finicky, kind of like the Tesla Model S. Sometimes they don't want to pop out. Now, the #1 feature of this vehicle, I gotta say, is the 56 inches of screen real estate. But before I get in, just look at the interior of this thing. Is this not nice, or is this not nice? Moonroof, really good looking interior, I gotta say. I like the particular spec too. And it's very, very comfortable. And it's electric, so it's very quiet. But just look at the styling here. You have a nice little cut in here to put your hand. Nice leather. I mean, this is just like beautiful, guys. The Burmester sound system cut in here. Nice wood inlay trim, has good texture on it. Really, really nice. But look at the real estate they give you. My God. If you want to turn it on here, you put the stop start here, you push this in with the foot on the brake. This allows you, this is biometric scanning. It scans your fingertips, so you can save 7 different driver profiles in this thing by just putting this. You can see me clicking it. I don't have my driver profile in. It also has the Mercedes EQ system. Hey Mercedes, which is incredible. Navigate to the nearest destination charger. Let's see what it does.
Sorry, something went wrong.
She didn't understand me. Hey, Mercedes. Well, maybe she didn't want to talk. Anyway, guys, a little finicky. I will tell you, it worked really good on the drive over here. As we come on over the inside here, ooh, look, you can see the little infrared lights on this screen. So you can change, I mean, look at this steering wheel. You can change all these different settings here. So you have classic, you can go ahead to sport. I mean, this is completely different looking cockpit now. If you choose not to have anything, you can have a massive navigation screen. So you can have navigation there, you can have navigation here, and you can even come over here and turn on this screen and have navigation over there. It's unreal. So, very, very cool. And everything is haptic feedback, everything's touch. The steering wheel is nicely wrapped. It feels really good, I gotta say. This is also where you set, and we're gonna go on a point of view drive here soon, and this is how you turn on the lane keeping technology. As you can see here, I mean, there is just so much stuff going on inside this car with the different lights. I mean, look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. It lights up down here, it lights up inside, it lights up all through here. The interior of this car at night, I bet you just blows your skirt up. It's just got to be absolutely beautiful. And you can adjust that here by going to settings, light, ambient lighting, and manage settings. I mean, look at the size of the screen. Unreal. It's like 17-inch screen. It's like a giant iPad right in the center here. And you can make this thing do all kinds of stuff. You can make it flash. I mean, you can make it so that it has different effects. It's so cool. I particularly love this color, but I mean, you can see here all different options. Changes different color profiles throughout the car. You know, you can make it monochrome. You can make it multicolor. You can even make it so when you're going fast, it has different color profiles as you speed up and slow down. A lot of technology there. I really like it. Now this particular car, there's 3 different packages you can get. This one doesn't have the basically the air sense technology, or where it sprays a fragrance in the car, but it still does have your interior air quality, which is kind of cool. So it's reducing nitrogen oxides, odors, and microparticles from outside. Kind of neat. Other highlights here, I'll just touch on a few of them. If you want to adjust your dynamic, this is how you change it from sport, individual, and then we've got eco and comfort as well. If you want to adjust your EQ technology, this will tell you how much range you have. So it says I have 43% left, or 134 miles. You can see here range, consumption, route. All this is in the EQ screen, or the EQ section, which is also found there, and you can click here. Overall, there's a lot going on here, I gotta be honest. I've already spent probably a good 30 minutes just messing around with the system, and it's gonna take some time if you're the new owner to get used to this. You know, outside of the system here and all the technology, I love these. I think this is a beautiful interior detail. Even has the lights. These like turbine looking air vents are beautiful. And I also like that you have 2 nicely sized cup holders here. If you're interested to see what the key looks like, this is it. By the way, if you hold down this button when you're standing outside, it'll go ahead and open the roof and lower all the windows. And if you go ahead and hold this button when you're standing near the door, it'll go ahead and shut them all. Otherwise, it's kind of a no frills key, although it does feel really nice. It's heavy, it's got a nice metal feel to it. You have phone charging here as well. You have extra storage here. You have extra storage here. You have multiple USB-Cs going on, 2 here and 2 here. So plenty of charging capabilities with this car. God, I love the way this leather feels too. It's absolutely fantastic. When you're driving, you have this. You can put kinetic feedback here on the chairs. I mean, all the stuff you can do with just adjusting the seats is unreal, guys. It really is. I mean, it's like, I mean, you know, all these different things that you can do. It's like, it's almost too much, frankly. You know, it's like, there, comfort. This is what I mean. Massage. Okay, now I'm putting hot relaxing back, or I can do shoulders or mobilizing massage or activating massage. I mean, all these different things that you can do. Very, very cool. You can even make it intensive. Ooh, that feels good. So the guy who buys this car, or what we call the avatar who buys this car is somebody who, you know, wants to drive something that's almost silent, very, very luxurious interior, you know, no fuel, save on gas. I mean, look at all the stuff you can do. It's just awesome. If you want to change the seat, look at this. I don't even know how they figured this out, but you can adjust the lumbar support from the screen. Look at this. And then it's adjusting in real time for my back. That's just so cool. Same thing with the side bolsters. I mean, I've never seen this type of technology where you can touch it on a screen and then it actually makes it happen, you know, crazy. Automatic seat positioning based on your height. I gotta say, I've got my seat dialed in right now. It's even got seat kinetic technology, which I'm not even sure 100% what that's supposed to do considering you have massage, but this is a really nice feature. All right, let's come on into the back here. I will tell you they give you white carpets. I'm a little nervous here with my shoes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep them out, but you can see here, I've got a good couple of inches here in the back, and my seat is pretty far back here, and look at the design of the seats. I mean, gosh, this is just such a cool, comfortable car. Now this does not have the upgraded premium package. You can get different trim levels on this car. So this is the first trim level, but it's still, I gotta say, a really, really nice place. And you do have a rear mirror or a moonroof back here as well. And you have one up here. So just a really cool, modern, airy cockpit. In fact, I think that this is the absolute selling feature of this car. Real quick, one of the cool features about the new EQS is that it has rear wheel steering like a lot of the new Mercedes does. Let me demonstrate what that looks like real quick. Put it in reverse. See how the wheels are turning? Isn't that cool? Definitely helps on your turning radius, let me tell you. All right, we're in the car now. I have the massage seats on. I have them on intensive. Quite nice. If you're buying this car and you got $140,000, now the MSRP, by the way, is $120,000 and change, and it goes up to like $131,000. So the dealer, Autobahn's asking a little over MSRP, no different than the Mercedes dealer. It is a brand new car. It's got 800 miles on it, so you know that's the market, guys. So it is what it is. We are in the Mercedes EQS 550. Now, to turn the car on, put your foot on the brake, hit that button right there. That's it. You're ready to drive. Putting it in drive, super easy. That's it. Put it in reverse, super easy. You can see the parking cameras, full 360 degrees. Turn on regenerative mode. And in order to do that, it's these paddles right here. So you see on the screen here, that is now in strong regenerative mode. So this is very similar to when you put your foot on a gas-powered car, at least put your foot on the brake. You can turn it off, and this will pretty much make it coast more. But it drastically changes the driving profile of this car, and it's very similar to this with Teslas and, you know, the Mach-E I reviewed. They all have regenerative mode. It really does transform the car though, guys. Other things to note, so we turned on regenerative braking here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in sport mode real quick. In order to do that, there's a couple different ways to do it, but you can use these features down here. Now this really does change up the feeling of the accelerator pedal. So in eco mode, you really gotta push it. Like eco mode, it's heavy, it's physically heavy. If you actually do push it, it takes off, okay? This car is very fast. In comfort mode, as you can imagine, it's somewhere in between, but in dynamic mode, it is ride by wire, man. It is ready to go. And this thing really does put the power down. I mean, you have 630 foot-pounds of torque, 516 horsepower. So in sport mode, the steering definitely tightens up, but it doesn't feel like a sports car, although it is very fast. So typically your S-Class has a lot of straight line power and performance, not so much it's never going to be a BMW as far as the 7 Series. That's just much more fun car to drive. This is more of a luxury car. But this thing really does get up and go fast, guys. I mean, when you stomp on the accelerator pedal, like, it will surprise your passenger. I mean, that's 85 miles an hour right there, like that. So a very, very quick car. You know, if you want to overtake somebody on the highway, you're going to have no problems. The air suspension makes this car feel really livable. You can hear how quiet it is as well. And if you don't like the quiet, you can actually go into the system here. You hit that button right there. You hit settings, vehicle. You turn on sound experience. You can see right here on Vivid Flux for you. This is one of the built-in sounds. So it's still pretty quiet until you get on the gas or the accelerator. It's an odd sound. Now, Silver Waves is more of your engine sound, right? At least on the accelerator. On the decelerate, it does sound completely different. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that for you here. So that sounds more like a V8. I gotta say, they're not that loud either way. I would personally recommend keeping it off and just enjoying the quietness of an electric vehicle. You know, I've been daily driving electric cars since 2019, and once you get used to having no exhaust sound, it's really, really difficult to go back. It's just peaceful. You can have a nice conversation with your passenger, and it's just great. You know, music sounds better. I like to listen to a lot of Audible books, as some of you guys know, and it's just, you can't beat it. I mean, you know, I don't miss for my daily driver the engine or exhaust note in any way. I didn't like the Mach-E sound. I didn't like the Porsche Taycan sound. I mean, it just all sounds gimmicky to me. So, driving impressions of this car, guys, it's comfortable. It feels good. The brakes are the only negative. They just feel squishy. Like, I'll go ahead and demonstrate. Like, you really got to push on them. And when you do, you know, even with the regenerative braking, it just doesn't feel like it has a great braking system. You know, it's a heavy car at 5,800 pounds, so you really do feel the weight when you're bobbing around back roads like this. So just keep that in mind. When you do want to go into full self-driving, or I keep saying full self-driving, but you want to go into lane keeping, you hit the on button right here, and then you just hit set. If you hit this button, it'll go ahead and keep it. It's changing its lane on its own real quick, as you can see. If you want to go ahead and adjust 5 miles up, you just hit that set button once right here with the plus. You can also see here it's coming up with the message saying, hey, are you still paying attention? I'm just going to go ahead and let it go and see what happens. I'm curious. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it gives you a pretty good amount of time before you have to actually engage it. So there you go. Very comfortable on the highway though. You can see you can take really nice long trips, and full self-driving or lane keeping, whatever you want to call it, autopilot, whatever term you want to call it, does work pretty well. I'm just going to go ahead and let it drive itself for a minute just so you can see. Nice quiet place, let me tell you. Like, this is amazing. Like, look at the graphics. It's telling me to go right, and then it actually shows me like a video game. I mean, it's some really, really cool technology. And let's go ahead and get into this lane. But the Mercedes itself, like, hey Mercedes,
How may I help you?
cancel navigation.
I am canceling route guidance.
It's easy to confuse the system a little bit.
How can I help you?
Navigate to Chewy's in Brentwood, Tennessee. It's thinking, and then that's good to go, right?
I am calculating the route.
So it works good, it's just it's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve with this as much as it is the overall technology, but it does work. It also worked when I was doing the, you know, I was asking her to do a, you know, navigate to the closest charger. But I just want to make a note of that. The system is great. I mean, it interrupted us once or twice when we were doing the review. She's always listening, and you can turn her off. But at the end of the day, it's kind of nice to have. She's pretty smart. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something about the new EQS if you're looking to buy this car. I got to say, to sum it up, there's a lot of performance here. There's a lot to like about the car. I mean, the styling is subjective, but the interior, once you get past the overwhelmingness of having all 3 screens and not knowing where to necessarily go to turn on the massage and to turn on all the different features, once you get over that, I think you're really going to enjoy the interior of that car. I enjoyed the drive. I think for Mercedes' first all-electric car, one of their first all-electric cars, they did a really good job. It is up there with the best. The lane keep technology worked really well. The way the different modes made the car drive differently. I think the range on this car being 340 miles is pretty darn good. And overall, you know, it's definitely a contender. It's something that in the premium market, if you're looking for an EV, I think you definitely should test drive it and see if this one's for you. So thank you for watching. Brian, thank you, sir, for your montage of this car as always. Big shout out to Autobahn South here. We're back at their dealership here, and really appreciate Ray letting me check out some of these cars they have from time to time. And that's it for us today, guys. Have a great rest of your day. We really appreciate you watching. It's free. All we ask you to do is like and comment and share with anybody that you think might enjoy the content. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. That's it for me. We'll call this one a day, and we'll talk to you later.